Hey guys, I am IzDaisho, and I am here bringing you a Theros Draft. And today we were lucky enough to open a Wingsteed Rider. And I was actually doing another one of these drafts the other day, but it was really bad. It was like a bad draft, and my opponent was double queuing, so it was a boring match to watch. But I opened up a really powerful pack, and there was a lot of different choices. But here there's just no card that's even remotely on the same power level as Wingsteed Rider. I mean, the next power level down, there's like a Tormented Hero, a Steellock Monster, and Ordeal of Nylea kind of thing going. Hopefully that helps a little, I don't think. I mean, it's still pretty loud. But anyway, we're just going to easily slam this Wingsteed Rider. Whew. There's some choices here. Soldier of the Pantheon's like a really good constructed card, but for the sake of limited, it's just for sure not the pick. I can either stay with the Hopeful Eidolon to remain in white and pick up a really powerful card that's going to be very good in my deck, or I can take a Lightning Strike and try and move in on red. And it's a tough choice. Lightning Strike is pretty much the best common or even uncommon removal. I don't even know if there is any real uncommon removal. But at the same time, I love Hopeful Eidolon, and I don't want to send any signals that white is open. And sending a Divine Verdict, a Hopeful Eidolon, and a Soldier of the Pantheon does a pretty good job of that. I'm going to take the Hopeful Eidolon. I'm not 100% sure if that was the perfect pick, but we'll see. So, two good choices here. Again, I don't really know if I'm going to be in green or if I'm going to be in blue. But, yeah, there's... So probably, in terms of power level, I mean, I guess there's Nessian Cursor, Vaporkin, Observant Alseid, which I think are, and God's Willing, which I think are all pretty much on the same tier of power level. Probably Rescue from the Underworld is a little bit below that, and Steammongery is around there, but I think I'm just going to take the Observant Alseid. Staying open and taking Bestow cards is very good. And I stayed open long enough to see a 4th pick Centaur Battlemaster, and I mean, there's also a Voyaging Satyr and a Time Defeat in this pack. So green is clearly, it's not clearly open, but it's clearly represented in this pack. Isn't this guy a famous Magic player? I don't know. Maybe it's just same name. Anyway, Voyaging Satyr, Time Defeat. It's pretty easy. Centaur Battlemaster. I don't know. There's somebody in the chat. He's like, take the Colossus and go green ramp and play a Colossus, but I'm not going to do that. Alright, Time to Feed is a fine pickup here. Not really too happy to see this Disciple on these Flame Speaker Adept. Although this card, I really thought it would be a lot better than it seems to be. It's only really good in the exactly blue-red deck, and so it kind of makes it sort of like a double-colored card in that you're not going to take it unless you're in both of those colors. And it usually goes around decently late. But anyway, Time Defeat is a clear pick. It's the same power level as these two. I was about to say, I'm not too excited to see these things still in the pack, because that might mean that those are the colors that are open, and that's what I should be in. This pack is kind of just a miss for everyone, I think. Nobody's happy to pick up like a 6-pack Flesh Mad Steed. Rave Dissolution or Opaline Unicorn are the two choices here. It's usually pretty easy to pick one of these things up. I'm going to take the Unicorn. I'm not like too fond of main decking these. I can, but I don't really care. Unicorn will allow me to splash if I find something that I want to splash. If I get a bunch more 5-drops, then it'll allow me to ramp into them. And then the very easy Karametra is Acolyte. You really like to pick up Acolytes in decks where you want to bestow a lot, because you always have a lot to do with your mana. And yeah, I mean, this is just really great, just reminding me that green is very open. A couple of picks here, a couple of choices rather. I'm probably just going to take the Nylea's Presence, since it goes well with the Acolyte. If I pick up some more Nylea's Disciples, it goes well with those. And I mean, it's a fine card even if you're not splashing. It fixes your draws, and it cycles itself, so it's a reasonable play. Sedescent Battle Priest is also pretty reasonable, and even Ferris Band Centaurs. But I'm just going to go with this for now. This pack obviously doesn't have anything. It's only got 3 cards that are colored, and Aqueous Form's playable, but the other 2 are not very playable. So I saw first 3 picks were white, and then after that, did not get any more white cards. I'm leaning towards a Traveler's Amulet here. Down I'm going to play it, but you never know. Alright, so some cards here that I would like that would be good to pick up. Glare of Heresy is usually pretty good. I'm gonna take the Setessan Griffin, though I'm not sure if I should because I don't even know if I'll be playing it, and I'll definitely want Glare of Heresies for the sideboard. Pick up the Ray of Dissolution now. This is actually still a pretty good pack. These two cards are both pretty playable, but this thing might make my deck, and it might make my sideboard, and also might make my main deck though. So just obviously taking the best cards left in the pack, and in a second here I'm just going to hide this Shredding Winds and this Traveler's Amulet. Neither of those are likely to make my main board. So after pack 1 reviewing it, it was pretty decent. I mean, I ended up with Hopeful Eidolon, Wingsteed Rider, and Hopeful Eidolon in the best deck for it, the Centaur Battlemaster deck. One Wingsteed Rider, Observant Alseid, a Time to Feed, an Acolyte, and a Centaur Battlemaster, and then some bad cards. Not much in this pack. I'm going to take the Voyaging Satyr. I mean, there is a lot, just not for me. So there's a Biden of Thassa, which is obviously a powerful card. It's not insane, but might wield a Prowler's Helm or something like that. Somebody's going to be happy about a Sphere Prone Ariad, Omen Speaker, Deathbell Raider, Fanatic Amogus, obviously. But overall, I'm pretty happy to be picking up one of those. Okay, oh, here we go. I was about to say this is an awkward pack. There's nothing here that I want, but Staunch Hearted Warrior is one of the cards that I really want for this deck. Nimbus Naiad is obviously insane in the blue deck. Prophet of Crufix in the blue-green deck is insane too. This is an interesting pick here. So I'm not going to take one of the 2-drops. Cavalry Pegasus is a lot better in a red-white deck where there are a lot more humans. And then it's between Warrior's Lesson and Nylea's Disciple. Either are likely to make my main deck, and I think they're around the same power level. I think I'm going to go with the Warrior's Lesson. No, it's a tough choice. So I already have 3 things that have heroic, and I don't want to end up being short on heroic enablers. But at the same time, Annihilate's Disciple is just a pretty good card to have in your deck. I'm just going to take the Warrior's Lesson for now. Okay. Wow. So, Karametra's Acolyte is a higher power level card than Sedge Scorpion. I like the way I said that. Okay, so it's a higher power level than Sedge Scorpion, but at the same time, Sedge Scorpion is a card that's more necessary for this deck because it enables me to survive longer. Whereas something like Karametra's Acolyte is kind of like once I'm alive and the combo's assembled, then it's like part of the combo and helps me win. But I think I'm going to take a Scorpion here. So there are some blue cards in this pack, including a Sea God's Revenge, which I think is the pick. Agent of Horizons is a fine card, but Sea God's Revenge is something that's splashable. I already have a Unicorn and an Nylea's Presence, so I can easily splash it, and it will be like pretty much insane in this deck. I mean, to be honest, I might not be... Ooh, that's saucy. I was about to say I might not be in white, since I'm not seeing any. And all I really have are these first 3, the Setessan Griffin and the Ray of Dissolution. I mean, that's actually all I have in terms of white. But this Chronicler of Heroes is a pretty good pickup here. Ooh, and just as I say that, a couple of white cards. So I'm going to take the Hopeful Eidolon. There are probably some people who say that it's Divine Verdict, not close. But I like Hopeful Eidolon a lot, and I already have I have a Centaur Battlemaster and a Staunch Hearted Warrior and a Wingsteed Rider, which is obviously insane on any of those, so... I do need to pick up some more beefy creatures, though. Take another Setessan Griffin. I mean, if I don't pick up... I didn't table... Oh, wait, no, it's the next pack. All right. Battlewise Valor. Yeah, I did not table the Vulpine Goliath, which is disappointing. Gonna take the Glare of Heresy. So it looks like white is pretty open. But blue is pretty open, rather. I don't think that Afara's Warden is remotely playable, and I already have a bunch of playables, so... Just take the slightly better card, even though I'm not a big fan of Coastline Chimera anyway. So, I mean, alright, let's do a color sort. Did I hide any blue cards? I don't think so, no. I have the Chronicler of Heroes now, so that really doesn't make me want to... Oh, I also have the Traveler's... Yeah, I can definitely splash this Sea God's Revenge. Showing Winds. Glare of Heresy. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be playing this blue. I need to work on my curve right now. I mean, no, cost sort. That's why it's not working. I have all these 3s, though. Ray of Dissolution doesn't need to be in the main deck, and it doesn't need to be played on 3. Time to Feed usually is not going to be played on 3, so it's only 4 cards, and it's not really a big deal. Alright, so I already have 20 cards showing here. And now I have the classicest of choices, Wingsteed Rider or Heliod's Emissary. It's a tough one, man. I think I'm going to take the Wingsteed Rider just because I already have 2 Hopeful Eidolons, and I mean, yeah, I'm going to take the Wingsteed Rider, but it's very close between Heliod's Emissary and Wingsteed Rider. There's also a Daxos in here, and I already want a Splash Blue, but obviously not going to be a first pick over. I mean, I'm not going to take it over Wingsteed Rider. I think I'd rather have Wingsteed Rider in the deck anyway. And now I have yet another decision. Do I want to take another enabler for my beefy guys, or a Sedge Scorpion number 2? I'm gonna hide, maybe, I don't know, I'm not gonna hide that yet, I guess. Or do I just take like a 3/3? If I take the Hopeful Lot, no, neither of these are gonna table. Though this is a very strong pack, to be honest. Something might table. 3rd Hopeful Eidolon or 2nd Sedge Scorpion? I think I'm going to take the Scorpion. Maybe take the... No, I'm not going to take the Corsair. I'm going to take the Scorpion, I think. Just because I'm worried that I'm going to have like a hand with 2 Hopeful Eidolons and then nothing good to put it on. I mean, with the Scorpion, the Voyaging Satyr, the Karametra's Acolyte, Observant Alcide, it's not very good to put it on that either. I'm worried about not having enough things to put it on. Oh my god. Leaf Crown Dryad or Phalanx Leader? This is just a tough pick. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this one. I think I'm going to go with the Phalanx Leader. Maybe not. Maybe I'll go with the Leaf Crown Dryad. I don't really have too much removal. All I have is a Time to Feed right now. This is a really close pick, I think. Phalanx Leader is probably a little bit more powerful, and since I have these Scorpions and stuff, I think I'm going to go with it, but yeah. Alright, another sweet pack for me. I'm going to take the Nylea's Disciple here. I already have 2 Scorpions. I've never had this many Scorpions. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't play the 3rd, but I think I'd rather just have another body that I could put stuff on, and he also gains me some life, so that's pretty good. Ordeal of Heliod and Evangel of Heliod are both reasonable cards as well, but I think I'd rather have this for now. Wow! Is this a 5th pick Fleece Mane Lion? Happy birthday, Daisho. I was like looking at the pack, I didn't even look at the rare, and then I saw, alright, well I guess there's a Voyage then I might want to splash. I could take this Lagana Band Elder, but that is a Fleece Mane Lion. Not much here. Take a Battle-Wise Valor. Not going to play it, but... Oh my god. It is definitely my birthday. I probably didn't look at that pack long enough. There might have been something like good in it that I just missed, but... Stalchart Warrior is really good. Leonin Snarecaster. Sure. Not the best of the 2-drops. Don't think I'm going to end up playing it. Alright, so... I can either get another beefy guy, I can get an upgrade on one of my Battle-Wise Valors. I'm going to take a 3rd, not going to take a 3rd Cetacean Griffin. Yeah, I'm just going to take this Vulpine Goliath. I don't have too much on the top end, and with the Karametra's Acolyte, it's pretty nice. Take this Farika's Mender in case I want to splash black at some point. Silent Artisan, that doesn't sound like something that I'm going to be doing. But, whatever. I have no Centaurs hidden, I don't think. Ferris Band Centaurs, rather. So was that pick Warrior's Lesson or Nylea's Disciple? I think I'm pretty happy with the Warrior's Lesson right now. I'm thinking of just cutting the Sea God's Revenge splash. Take this thing. If my opponent's like a really evasive creature-based deck, then I can toss in this Flamecast Wheel, and since I have some ramp, like I can actually get there and play it reasonably well. A Hunt the Hunter, so I have two of those like hate cards for specific decks. Hunt the Hunter is probably my least favorite of, probably my least favorite of the bunch. It's the only one that I don't auto bring in when I see a forest. I pretty much do all for all the others, even Peak Corruption, because usually my red decks are aggressive anyway. But I need to make some cuts from here. So definitely Ray of Dissolution, even though I kind of want to be keeping that in this kind of deck, but we'll leave this guy in for now. I don't know if he's going to stay when we're done, but yeah, and a couple of Wingsteed Riders, that's sweet. Yeah, this deck is, I think, very good. It's missing a couple of Divine Verdicts, but other than that, very powerful and just a whole lot of good stuff. So I've got too many creatures in this deck. I'm gonna cut at least one Setessan Griffin. Gonna cut this Lean and Snarecaster. Oh yeah, it's Sea God's Revenge. I think I want to keep the Sea God's Revenge in. At this point, I will run one island for it. I think that's okay. So I still probably should cut creature or two. I could cut this Nylea's Disciple. I could cut this Setessan Griffin, but I want to leave one thing in, or another thing for the top end in. I'm gonna cut this guy. Then I need to make one more cut. So I don't know. It might be a spell. I'm gonna count how many targeting things I have in just a second. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that really it? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I don't want to cut either of these Battle-Wise Valors. I didn't realize I had so few. Probably could have prioritized those a little bit towards the end. So of the creatures, if I want to cut one thing, it might just be like a Phalanx Leader. Is that possible? What was the other pick? It was Phalanx. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I don't need this Karametra's Acolyte, since I already cut the Nylea's Disciple, and like I don't have so much going on the top end. Like I have this one Vulpine Goliath. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this Acolyte. I don't have too much bestow, and none of it's that expensive. Kind of wish I had the third Helpful Eidolon at this point, but yeah, I mean, like I have a decent amount of things to do with my mana, but not a crazy amount. So I think it's still correct to splash the Sea God's Revenge, though. It's just such a strong card. And then like I'm leaving in the Unicorn because of that, so I've yeah. All right, this seems good. 881 is pretty simple. I wish I had a little bit more targeting, a little bit more bestow creatures, but we can still do some work with this kind of deck. All right, so I'm going to stop here, and I'll see you guys in the actual game.